Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025, and I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for October. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot. You will see that in this video. And I make stitch markers along with other handmade items. You can find those items in my Etsy shop. It is linked down below in the description box. So if you could go and favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot. And I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I do. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it's candy and a postcard. If I have made any yarn purchases, and yes, I have, I'll tell you about that in a minute. And if I have any finished objects, and I'm going to show you some finished objects. And I actually have some donations for the generous crafters, but I only have 4 packages. So I will show you those at the end of this video. So there will not be a yarn yakking extra this weekend. If those of you who are familiar with this past couple months, I have been doing generous crafters videos on their own, but I do only have 4 donations today. So we'll talk about that later too. So we'll do some admin stuff before we get into the video. Like I said, there is an Etsy shop, so go over there and follow the shop and favorite a few items if you'd like. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. There are 3 questions you have to answer to join. I promise they're easy. Go ahead and join if you're on Facebook. And you can also follow me on Instagram. That's at Roselikescrochet. Feel free to tag me in any giveaways that you see over there. And that is attached to a Facebook business page. So the Facebook business page is where I post because it goes directly from my Instagram there. And the Facebook group is where you post. I would love to see what you guys are making. Okay, so we got all that out of the way. So there's one thing I'm going to talk about. Usually I would talk about 2 things at the beginning of my video. One being generous crafters and the other being random acts of crochet kindness. But I'm going to be doing generous crafters at the end of this video. So I will talk about them more in a little bit. So we're going to talk about random acts of crochet kindness. So I am having a contest every month where I pull an item out of a bag. So it's random. I don't know what it is. And it can be a little thing or a big thing. And the month of October, the item of the month was an ice cream cone. So my contest is that if you would like to make some random acts of crochet kindness, all you have to do is send me an email with a picture of your random acts of crochet kindness, how many you made and where you left them. And then at the end of the month, I will pull a winner using a random name picker, and you'll just get, it's a really small prize. It's a little ball of yarn and some stitch markers and some stickers. So not a big deal, but something just for a little bit of fun. And there is a Facebook group for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. It's linked down below. I'm not affiliated with them, but if you go there, you can get a lot of files and patterns for random acts. But like I said, for October, the item of the month is an ice cream cone. Now, I did attempt to make one that was a washcloth, and I wasn't thrilled with it. And you guys have, someone sent me an email that had a pattern. I think it was from Zach here on YouTube, and I watched it, and I think I might be able to do that one. So I am going to be looking at that probably, well, I mean, we're almost at the end of October, so I have to get going on that. I'm going to hopefully look at that. I don't have time this weekend because I have a craft fair. We're going to see if I can get any more done. Anywho, so if you would like to participate in my contest, you just have to make ice cream cones. They can be little ones, big ones, however you want to do. And then just shoot me that email with a picture and how many you made and where you left them. Okay, so that's random acts of crochet kindness. Like I said, we'll talk about generous crafters later. So I do have happy mail, but I also wanted to tell you guys that I had a craft fair last weekend, and I want to tell you how I did at the craft fair. Now, I did take a video of my booth set up when I was there, but it was really, really noisy. So I'm going to tell you about my results, and then I think I'm going to put in the video so you can see my setup. And it did change throughout the day, but I didn't take another video or take any more pictures. And I'll see if I can put that in there with no sound or if I can do a voiceover, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm going to tell you what I sold. So it was a free event for me. Now, I know a lot of people, when they do craft fairs, they want to make like 10 times their booth. I made 10 times my booth fee because there was no booth fee. I actually did really, really well at this. This was only from 12 to 4, I believe. And there was a threat of rain the entire week leading up to this was last Saturday. There was a threat of rain like the entire week leading up to Saturday. Even the night before, there was a threat of rain, and it actually rained on Saturday morning. But the rain held off the entire time from when I went there to set up until it didn't even rain for the rest of the day. It was cloudy, but it didn't rain. So yes, it was good. So I'm going to tell you what I sold. And a lot of these things I do not sell in my Etsy shop. I'll tell you the first thing that I do sell in my Etsy shop that I sold are loveys. So if you're not sure what a lovey is, you can go and check out my Etsy shop because I have a lot of loveys listed. And I think there's only a couple other things that I sold that I do sell in my Etsy shop. But anyway, let me tell you the loveys that I sold. I sold a Winnie the Pooh. I had all of my Halloween or spooky season loveys out there, which again, you can find in my Etsy shop. I sold Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And then there was a Beanie Boo it was a cat called Oleander. That was a lovey that I sold. I sold a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle named Leonardo, and I sold a Peppa Pig lovey. So I sold 5 loveys. And here are the other things that I sold. I sold 4 chickens. I sold 5 octos, 2 bees, 6 cats, 6 loaf cats, 1 chapstick holder, 2 frogs, 1 damn it doll, 1 jellyfish, 8 stingrays, and 1 pig. So, you guys, it was a very good success for me considering I did not have to pay to set up. So yay. And I am gonna, if I can insert the video and like eliminate the noise or do a voiceover, I'm gonna insert that right here. I don't know if you saw anything there or not. So we're just going to move on. I do have Happy Mail. So I did get a postcard from our friend Barbara. Barbara lives on a boat in Florida, and that says Cocoa for Cocoa Beach. And her postcard says, "Hi Rose, this is our favorite beach. It's about 30 miles from the boat, and they have great restaurants too, and we can watch launches from the beach. And also crochet to the sound of the waves." God bless you, Barbara. Oh my gosh, Barbara, that sounds so nice. Literally, it was 80 degrees last week, and now I actually had to turn the heat on, and I'm wearing pants and a sweatshirt. So I'm really not happy about the cold, but it is almost the end of October. So we got really lucky here in Chicago, and it was warm for way longer than it should have been. Okay, so thank you so much for the postcard, Barbara. I love it. All right, so the next package I got is from California, and it is from Gina. And I want to show you, without showing her address, I want to show you the envelope because she put some really cool stickers on the envelope, which is making me hungry. Oh my gosh, there's cupcakes. I mean, I don't really eat that stuff, but oh my gosh, yum! Thank you so much, Gina. And she sent me a Halloween card. So there's a little washi tape and stickers. Oh my gosh, so much fun. There is the card. And you guys don't ever have to send me any happy mail, but it's so cool when I do get it. She says, hi, Rose. I wanted to send you some fun goodies. You deserve it. You do so much for everyone else. I love watching your yarn yakking videos. They make me laugh. Hope you like the sweets and treats. Your yarny friend from Gina. Oh, Gina, thank you so much. Okay, so this is really cool because she sent me it's like a fall leaf. And it's a pin in there, so I can pin it to my jacket. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Thank you so much. I love that. When I'm done with this video, I'm gonna pin it to my coat. I haven't started wearing a coat yet, but I'm gonna pin it to my coat. And then she sent some candy. Oh my gosh. So this is so fun. Belly flops. It says, this is from Jelly Belly. They aren't available very often, but when they are, the fans love to snap up our famous belly flops. These special beans taste great, but don't quite meet all of our demanding standards for size, color, shape, and flavor. So they don't look that bad to me. I mean, they just look like jelly beans. So thank you for the jelly beans. This is actually something that my daughter, her nickname is Carrots, and this is something that she can snack on with me. It actually says in here, made in a peanut-free factory. So yeah, my daughter has some peanut allergies. So these other things will be for me. I've got a milk chocolate bar. Oh my gosh, yum. And then I've got this, a life-changing bar. Kizzy, have you guys ever heard of that? Chocolate sea salt, gluten-free, dairy-free, and mission-based. Oh my goodness. Yum, yum. Thank you so much, Gina. You did not have to send me the candy, but I am so excited that you did. Yay! Okay, so I did go yarn shopping, but I have some finished objects on the table here that I think I'm gonna show you before I show you all the yarn that I bought. Like I said, I sold quite a few things at the craft fair, and I have a 2-day craft fair coming up this Saturday, Sunday. The following weekend, I have 2 craft fairs on Saturday, Sunday. And the following weekend, I have a craft fair on Saturday. So I'm just trying to like piecemeal stuff together to fill in some gaps in my inventory. So the first thing I'm going to show you is I went through all my hair scrunchies and realized these next 2 colors, I only have one of each in my inventory. So I wanted to make sure that I had more than one. So I'm going to show you the yarn that I used is Bernat Crushed Velvet on both of them, actually. I know this one looks like it's seen better days. This color right here is called Potent Purple. And this color right here is called Frosted Almond. So these were not full balls. I only make what I need. So these will just go back in my velvet stash. But I just wanted to show you guys, I just made 2 of each of these to make sure that I round out my rack that I use. Now, in the video, if there was a video from my craft fair, there was a rack that I use for my hair scrunchies, and I will not be bringing that rack with me to indoor craft fairs. There's not enough room. So there's a different rack that I'm using for indoor craft fairs. But anyway, I made these 4 scrunchies. That's all I made for scrunchies. My pattern that I use is I half double crochet, really like scrunch it up around a hair tie. So I do a bunch of half double crochets, and then in each half double crochet, I do 3 double crochets around. So that's how I get my scrunchies to look like that. So that's it for the hair scrunchies. And then if you saw on that rack, there were chapstick holders, and this is all the chapstick holders that I have left. I'm really, really low on stock on all of them. But there were 3 colors that I really needed to make sure I had a couple of extras. So I made 3 of the red ones, and I'll tell you my pattern that I use. I don't use someone's pattern here on YouTube. I have 2 of the blue ones here. I have 2 dark purples because I'm really trying to make a whole bunch of stuff here before the weekend. So I didn't have time to make like every color. And I made 3 of these light purples. So oh, you know what, you guys? On this, I use a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can use whatever hook you like, but that's what I use on my hair scrunchies. On these guys, I actually use a 4 millimeter hook and just worsted weight yarn. And I start off with a chain 2. I do 6 single crochets in there. Then I increase around, and then I just keep on going around and around and around with single crochets until I get to the top. And then I just do 5 single crochets in the first row up here. The next row is a decrease and a chain 2 and a decrease. And then I add the, whatever this thing is, the keychain with the little clasp thingy on it so that you can hook it to like your backpack or your belt or your purse or whatever. And I should probably make sure that, yeah, it works. So these are all the chapstick holders that I made because I just needed to make sure I have enough of one of these colors. Now I will tell you I have no pink chapstick holders, which is probably going to be a big mistake on my part. I probably need to do that tomorrow before the craft fair. So that's the other item that I've been making this week were chapstick holders and a couple of hair scrunchies. And then the last thing that I've been making this week, well, I've been making other things, but these are the easy ones to show you. So I told you that I don't know, did I sell a jellyfish at the craft fair? Now I don't even remember. I did. I sold 1 jellyfish at the craft fair. So I'm going to tell you that I did just make 6 more jellyfish. And the pattern I use is not on YouTube. It is always linked down below in my description box. It is from One Dog Woof. So it's a written pattern. I normally use worsted weight yarn and a 5 millimeter hook. So I'm going to show you the jellyfish that I just finished. And I have more that I need to make. So I'm going to show you these. Let's see. I'll show you them one by one here so you can see. This is the only amigurumi that I make, I believe, that is in 4 weight yarn. So this guy right here, and by the way, you guys, this is a no-sew pattern. It's no-sew, believe it or not. I know you can see the sparkle on that guy. So this is one of my jellyfish, and I will tell you the yarn that I used. This is a Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn Metallic. The color is called Peacock, and this was not a full ball when I grabbed it. So if you have 1 ball of yarn, let me see how many yards this is. This is 252 yards. You can probably get 2 jellyfish out of 1 ball of this yarn. So that is the first one right here. That's that guy. And I will tell you, when people come by my booth and I have this hanging, this is what they like to do. They just like to play with the tentacles. So it's a good seller for me, you guys. All right, the next one that I have here is this guy right here, and he does have a green mouth. And I hope you guys can see the yarn. This is Big Twist in Jelly Bean. And this was a full ball of yarn when I started. I don't know if you can't get this anymore. It's called Berry Blast. As far as I know, you can't get it anymore. And this was a full ball of yarn. It has 218 yards in it. So I'm pretty sure I could get another one of these out of that ball of yarn. So anyway, so there is my second jellyfish that I made right there. I know it's so fun to play with those. The next one, let me see what order we're in here. Okay, so the next one is this guy right here. And this is using Red Heart Retro Stripes. And you guys, I've already made one with this yarn, and this is all the yarn that I have left out of this ball. And he looks like he's a little lopsided there. And this ball of yarn has, let me see how many yards. 236 yards. So I think if you have a ball of at least over 200 yards, you should be able to get 2 jellyfish out of there. So there is that guy right there. Look at his little tentacles. Oh, I love them. They're so fun. Okay, the next one is this guy right here. And he is using Big Twist Value. And this was a full ball, 269 yards in this one. The color is called Pink Ombre. So I can definitely get at least 1.5 more jellyfish out of there, or at least one, and then have a bunch of scraps left over. So there is that guy right there. And like I said, you guys know it's a no-sew pattern. It's so much fun to make these. Okay, 2 more of these guys. Here is this guy right here. This is Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn, and it is called Fruit Salad. So it's got a whole bunch of speckles in there, and I gave him a blue sparkly smile. I hope you guys can see him. Yeah, people just love to tug on these little things. And they're always like, how do you make that? And I'm like, well, do you know how to crochet? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, then I don't know how to explain it to you. They're super easy to make, you guys. Okay, the last one is this guy right here. And he is also sparkly. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Probably not. It is I Love This Yarn Metallic. And the color is called Aqua Sparkle. And he is adorable, and I have a feeling he'll sell pretty well. So I think I have like maybe 7 or 8 jellyfish in my inventory, and my rack looks really, really empty. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get some of these made for this coming weekend. So that is it for the jellyfish. So those are some of the things that I've been making. I don't know if I'm going to have time at the end of the video to put more finished objects. I'm probably not. So I'm just going to tell you right now, that's probably all we're going to have here for finished objects. But I do want to tell you that I did go yarn shopping. I went shopping with Paula, Philip, and Carolyn. And we went shopping because Philip, for some reason, gets all these crazy good coupons for Michaels. He had a coupon for 40% off all regular priced purchases. And so we used and abused him for his coupon because yarn was not on sale at Michaels. And we went there and we went shopping and we got some yarn. And I got some yarn. I think Carolyn might have been the only one who didn't get any yarn, but Paula got some yarn and Philip got yarn and I got yarn. So I want to show you what I got, but it's in 2 bags. So let me get it out. Hang on. All right, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so like I said, Philip had a 40% off all regular price purchases. So I did get some clearance items, and I did not, obviously they don't give you 40% off clearance items, but I want to show you what I found because I haven't seen these in the store in forever. So this is the Loops and Threads Fluffy Flex, and these were on clearance for $5. Now the store we went to is pretty far from where we all live, and it's a really big store, and they had almost all the colors of the Fluffy Flex. So I'm really excited that I got some of these. I'm not going to go over the specs because they're discontinued, but they did have a couple more grays, but I only picked up one of the gray. And then they actually only had one white, so I did get one of the white ones. I'll use these for loaf cats. They had a lot of green, but I only picked up 2. So I have 2 green, and then they had a lot of orange too, and I only picked up 2 of those. So those were clearance. And then you guys, this was in the clearance section, as is for $2. As is for $2. I don't know if you guys can see that. I was like, that's just white blanket yarn. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, it's not Bernat blanket, but it will serve the purpose of white blanket yarn for $2. Yes, please. It doesn't even say what the original price was, but it doesn't look like you guys, it's pretty much a full ball of whatever this is for $2. Okay, so then everything else was 40% off. So I picked up one of these Loops and Threads Soft Classics. I just loved this color. It's a little bit more purpley in person. I don't know how to call it. The color on it, and I'll tell you the specs because this is current yarn. The color is called Fuchsia. So Soft Classics, 252 yards, 5 ounces, 231 meters, 141 grams. It's a 4-weight. They recommend 5.5 millimeter knitting needles and crochet hook, 100% acrylic, and it says machine wash cold, tumble dry low. I mean, made in Turkey. Can't go wrong with that. So this was on sale after the 40% off for $2.69. So I picked up one of those, and then they had a whole slew of big twist value. Oh, also $2.69. So I'm not going to tell you the specs, but you can look it up because I think Hirschner's carries this, but I don't want to like tell you something and then it be wrong. Anyway, there was a bunch of big twist value. This one is called Slime. Like, you guys, I probably have like 5 of these, but I was like, when am I going to be able to get it for 40% off and take it home with me? So I did pick up one of these slimes. This one is called Hot Pink. Yes, it's that pink. This one is called Orange Bright. Just beautiful colors. I am so enamored with these. I'm so enamored with these, you guys. And then they had, this one is called Cherry Mix. It is also a big twist value. It's like reds with black. This one is called Aqua Ombre. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And then of course there's Perplexed, which is this purple one. And I had to get that one too. I didn't have to because I have all of these colors already in my stash. But again, for $2.69, when am I going to have the opportunity to get them at that price again? All right. The other item I think that was on clearance was this Karen Cinnamon Swirl Cakes. And this was $5. And the color on this is called Green Flash. And I think the new ones that they have, I don't know, they don't bother me as much as the old ones. They don't really bother me at all, but they're a little bit softer. Okay, so then I also got, because he had the 40% off, I got a Bernat Blanket Mystical, and the color is called Sunshine. And I will tell you that I like to use this for corn, because then it looks like tricolor corn, you guys. So much fun. So this one was originally $12.99, and then I got it for, let's see, what did I get this for? $7.80. Yes, $7.80 for that. Not bad. I'll take it. And then this is one of the yarns that I think is very, very similar to Bernat Blanket. And I have some, but I haven't used it yet. But I figured while it was 40% off with that coupon, I was going to get some more. So Loops and Threads Demi Pearl. And I'll tell you the specs on this. This is a 6 super bulky. They're recommending 6.5 millimeter knitting needles and crochet hooks. It is 100% polyester, machine wash cold, dry flat. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be making toys with it. Made in Vietnam. The color on this one is called Pink Lemonade. And it is 152 yards, 8.8 ounces, 139 meters, and 250 grams. So I picked up this color, and this color is called Jade Sheen. I'm thinking pickles with that. This one I'm thinking, I don't know, pigs maybe. And then I also picked up this color, which is called Cabbage, which could also be pickles. So I picked up these 3 right here, and they were all on, where's my receipt? I just had it. These were all $6 after the coupon. So $6 for each of those. And then the very last item that I picked up with the 40% off coupon was the only one that they had in the store. And I'm wondering if you guys know what it is. I'm going to tell you that I got. Now, I already have 3 of these that I haven't used from last year, but it's okay. All right. I did pick up a Karen Anniversary Cake, and this, after the coupon, you guys, was $24. $24 for this. I love the greens. It reminds me of that cinnamon swirl cake. Now, I don't know if you can get these anymore. This was the only one that was left in the store. I'll tell you about it. Made in Turkey. The color on this one, I know it's a little bit worse for wear, but this is called Green Flash. They're saying it's a 6 super bulky, but I know that people have used it and thought that it was more of like a 5. Machine wash and dry, they recommend 8mm knitting needles and crochet hook. 35.3 ounces, 1,000 grams, 1,029 yards, 941 meters. No wool, so it's 100% acrylic. And it does say limited time only. And I think that's everything on this Karen cake, or this anniversary cake. Look at the colors. Oh my gosh, the greens are just beautiful. Now I know Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations, I'll link her down below if you're not familiar with her. She was making blankets with just one of these cakes. And I have to go back and look and see what blanket she was making. So that was my purchase from Michael's with the 40% off all regular priced item coupons that Philip had. So Philip, thank you so much for letting us use your coupon. So that was it from Michael's. And then Paula decided to gift me this Big Twist yarn that she found at the thrift store. It is a Big Twist plush, and it's in this pink color called Strawberry Smoothie. And she knew I was trying to order some pink yarn for pigs, and she found this in her stash and she gave it to me. So thank you so much, Paula, for that. Now I will tell you, like, this is a lot of yarn. I have ordered yarn, pink yarn, mostly blanket yarn from Yarnspirations. I'm waiting for that order to come in. I also placed an order on Hirschner's. I'm waiting for that order to come in. And I also placed an order on Lion Brand because they have new cover story blanket yarn. So I have 3 yarn purchases coming soon to a video near you. So that's all my purchases from Michael's, and yeah, and some finished objects. So we're gonna get into Generous Crafters. So for those of you who might be checking in for the first time, Generous Crafters is a charity that I've decided to support this year with handmade items. And for most of the year, we had a specific item of the month that you could send in. And unfortunately, this month is the very last month to send in donations. So if you don't think you can get in donations before the end of this month, which is in a week, please just hold off, try to donate locally if you can. But the items that they are collecting through the end of this month, so one more week, 6-inch granny squares, blankets, so bigger than baby blankets, and prayer squares. And a prayer square looks like this, either knit, crochet, or sewn. And the Generous Crafters blog is linked down below in my description box. Now, I have four donations to show you, and I did go to their meeting on Monday to drop off all of the donations you guys have been sending, and I did take some pictures of blankets that were made using the granny squares that you guys have sent in. So I think there might be 1 or 2 pictures, so I'm going to insert those pictures here. Are those not beautiful blankets? Seriously, you guys. Okay, so those are from the granny squares that you guys have been sending in for most of the year. Then Paula, Philip, Carolyn, and myself decided to do a blanket together as a group project. And we decided to, I don't remember what the pattern is. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. It was basically using 4 different colors of Red Heart Super Saver ombre. And you do a granny rectangle, and then you put the 4 squares together and make a blanket. So I did the purple one, of course. Paula did the coral one. Philip did the blue one, and Carolyn did the aqua one. So we all made our rectangles, and then Paula was kind enough to put the rectangles together, and we did donate that blanket on Monday as well. So I'm going to insert the picture of that blanket right here. So that was a super fun project. It was awesome to work on that, like to just have to make the one part of the square and then to have an entire blanket done. And we all used our own yarn for that. So yeah, so thanks everyone who has turned in granny squares, because wait till you see what's gonna happen for the next meeting for the granny square blankets. It's just incredible. Okay, so we have 4 donations. The first one that I have here comes from Eric from Arizona. I don't know if this is Mrs. Eric or if it's Eric. So there was no note in the package. So I have granny squares. So are you guys ready? So like I said, 6-inch granny squares were the items that I was collecting this whole for most of the year. Look at how beautiful that is. And what they're doing is they're taking the granny squares and they're putting them together. They're making scarves with them and they're making blankets with them. So Mr. Eric, or Mrs. Eric, thank you so much for sending these granny squares. You might think that this is really not enough to make a difference, but it really is, because if everyone if I have 10 people send in 10 squares, that's a blanket right there. So thank you so much for sending those in. And then the next package I have comes from Karen, and Karen is from Colorado, and I didn't see a note in the bag, but I have more granny squares. Are you guys ready? Okay, so we'll just do this right here. I don't know if those are 6 inches, but they can still use these and put them together for scarves because they did do that also, but these are beautiful colors. Oh my gosh, I love them. When I was at the meeting, they have a big table set up with a bin, and they have the granny squares in there, and people could just come. All the generous crafters who showed up to the meeting could come and pick out the squares that they want and just put them together for blankets. So these are gonna go in the bin, and we'll see what kind of blankets we can get out of these, or scarves. Either one works. And I was talking to the person in charge. Yeah, see, these are kind of small, but that's okay. The person in charge, and we were gonna try and figure out like what's our plan of attack for next year. But you guys, just so you know the reason, there's 2 reasons why I'm done with this in October. The first reason is because I have so many craft fairs coming up. I just don't have time to do this. And the other reason is they are actually done at the end of October collecting donations so they can get ready for the holidays and making sure everything that they've gotten donated gets sent to where it needs to get sent to. So just so you know, that is why. So I do have 2 more packages, but I just want to let you know that if you are still interested in donating something somewhere and you like making hats, please go check out KK Crochet. I will link her down below in the description box. She is collecting hats. She has a very lofty goal of over 2,000 hats for this year. Her charity is called Bumblebee Mountain Outreach. And I would appreciate it if you do like making hats, or if you thought you were going to donate hats here and you just didn't get time to send them in, if you could please go over to her channel and check it out. And she'll tell you all about the charity that she has. So let me get the next box. Hang on. All right, you guys. So the next package I have here just has a last name on it. And I do not say last names on my channel for safety reasons. But it looks like they are from Maryland. So whoever you are that sent this little box from Maryland, I want to say thank you so much. There are all these bags with prayer squares in them. So that is amazing. I hope you guys can see the little bobble there. I'll show you this one close up. There you go. So thank you so much for sending. There's all these bags of prayer squares. That's amazing. The generous crafters will print out the little prayer. Look at all those prayer squares. So they will print out the little prayers for all of the squares. But thank you for putting them in bags. I really appreciate it. And then there was a little scrap ball of yarn. So that will also go to the generous crafters because they have bins and bins and bins of yarn when they meet, and that way people who are going to donate for charity can get the yarn for free and use it. So that's pretty amazing also, right? So thank you so much, whoever you are from Maryland. I really, really do appreciate it. And we have 2 boxes, but from the same person. So let me go grab them. Hang on. Okay, so I was wrong. They're from 2 different places. So the first box that I got here is from Anna, and she is from Minnesota, I believe. Hang on. Yes, she is from Minnesota. And I have a card here. It looks like that. And on the inside, it says no cats. It says, hi Rose, sending a few squares and 1 throw made with an anniversary cake using the Lisa stitch as she does on Happy to Hook Creations, from Anna. Oh, Anna, thank you so much. That's so funny that I just got an anniversary cake, and then I'll show you the blanket that she made with the anniversary cake. Oh my gosh. That is so amazing, Anna. Thank you so much for these beautiful squares. Oh my gosh, I would love to know, like, what yarn is this, like from One Ball of Yarn, because it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for these squares. You see, guys, more squares to go. All right, and then here's the blanket. She said she used the Lisa stitch, so I'll link Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations, and you're more than welcome to go and check her. Oh my gosh, this is so soft. Look at this, you guys. I think Lisa says she does like a single crochet and a half double crochet in the same stitch, and then she skips a stitch. I don't remember what she said. Anyway, Anna, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look at the different shades of blue, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. I absolutely love, love, love this. And did you use an entire cake? Because look at how pretty, like, it looks so textured, doesn't it? It's so pretty. Anna, thank you so much for sending this beautiful blanket. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Let us know what size hook did you use, because I would love, love, love to know that too, now that I have a 4th anniversary cake. Thank you so much, Anna. I'm so excited. I think that they have a meeting before the end of November, where they're going to sort through the final stuff, and Paula will take all these items for me over there. So in advance, thank you, Paula. And thank you so much, Anna, for sending the blanket. Okay, and then the last package came from Tatiana, and she is from California. And you guys got to stop saying thank you to me. I'm thanking you guys. She says, hello, Rose, sending my last squares for this year. Thank you for everything you do. Question, do you know if you will collect items for Generous Crafters next year? Tatiana from California. So I am hoping that the answer to that is yes. Like I said earlier, I did talk to the lady in charge, and they're going to figure out a plan for next year for what we can ask for the monthly donations that we did this year. So I'm almost positive that we are going to be asking for donations. I'm just not sure what will be on the list. Okay, so Tatiana is a square making machine. She put 2 of these bags of granny squares in the box, and they're just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Oh my gosh. So that whole stack is this. I mean, you guys, this is a complete blanket, if not more than one. Look at that. All of these are the same. They're all beautiful. Okay, and then Tatiana, you just amaze me. All of those, this beautiful green color. And then we've got this blue color right here. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And then we have this gold color. So you guys, I mean, seriously, this is an entire blanket right here. Right here. It's absolutely incredible that you did all of this work. But now the cool thing is you don't have to put the squares together. Someone else will do that at the Generous Crafters. So that's the first bag right here. Oh my gosh. Are you guys ready for this? The second bag? Okay, we've got all of these purple. All of those. And the yarn is so soft. Tatiana, I would love to know what yarn you used for this, because it's so soft. All of those in blue. And then we've got these in this orange color. maybe that's something I could do like after craft fair season is over. Just get like a bunch of different like onesie balls of yarn that I have and just make granny squares. Oh my gosh, there's that one. Here are all of these peachy colors. Look at this, you guys. This is so much work. I don't mind doing plain old, you know, one color, right? Because you have two ends to weave in, the one at the beginning and the one at the end. And then here are the last of the squares from Tatiana. Oh my gosh. Tatiana, thank you so much for donating all of your yarn, your time, your money, your postage to make squares to send here so that someone could get a blanket handmade by you. Like people that you'll never know and you'll never meet. And all of you guys who donate to charity, that's not necessarily just to this charity, to any charity. Most likely you don't know who's going to be the recipient of your gift. And that's like the best thing about it, I think. So knowing you made someone happy or smile or at least comforted, and that's all that really matters, right? So that's all for this video. I will still have one more video for next week, and that will be, hopefully no one will send any more donations after. If you guys could get me anything that you were thinking of sending in by next Wednesday, because I'm not going to the post office on Saturdays for the next couple weeks anyway because of craft fairs. But if you can please get anything else that you were possibly going to send in by next Wednesday, that would be totally, totally awesome. Okay, so that's all I have. Like I said, there won't be a video on Sunday, no Yarn Yakking extras, but I'll have information. This is the first time I'm doing this craft fair. I've never done this craft fair before, and it is a 2-day at the same place. So hopefully I only have to set up once, and then I can leave my stuff there overnight. It's inside a high school, so it should be okay. So that's it. Leave me a comment down below if you could share this video, like it, do whatever you want to do with it. Someone said last week that they hyped this video, and I don't know, I've been seeing that, but I don't know what that means. So if anyone knows what that means, let me know. But anyway, leave me a comment down below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.